operators, we're not always going to find the best place right away, and it's going to take some time, and people are going to have to be patient a little bit. But I mean, we have so many teams, and if you're going to show up and you're going to continually push yourself to improve, you're going to find a spot. It's not going to be that hard. So please, especially leaders that are in here, and you know, help people find a spot. And if you're not a leader and you have friends, send out some real ID stuff, because when we get into Mythic, we want to find those spots so we can get all those teams running. I'm hoping, and this is the exciting thing for me, this community is going in the right direction, and I believe that I'm going to leave for almost 2 weeks or so, and I'm going to come back, and the community is going to be doing better and be moved further along than it was when I left, right? So that's the exciting thing for me, to see what awesome things you guys accomplish when I'm gone. Um, I want to be big shout out to the leadership that's making all this happen, and I know that you guys all have concerns and things, and suggestions and whatnot. Leaders, they don't get paid anymore, or they don't get any extra loot or anything else, right? So you know, be respectful when you talk to them. Big thanks to leaders, because they are the ones that are making this all happen, right? Getting the teams together, and focused, and spending the time to check on apps and post policies and all that. So work with your team leads, make sure that they have an understanding of what you're wanting to do and where you're wanting to go, and then just be helpful and supportive of not just your team, but of you know, whether it's an individual in your team, or an individual or a team that you know you've never rated on before. Be supportive, be positive. You know, you can always look at the flaws in the system and say this is a horrible system, and if you know, if all you want to do is look at the problems in this guild, you'll decide this is a horrible guild and you don't want to be here, and then you move on to another guild and realize, you know, our big problems were or our minor problems were huge problems in another guild or whatever, right? So in terms of drama, this guild, the casual guilds usually don't have too much drama, right? Because no one really, there's not a whole lot of conflict often. The content pushing guilds often have a lot of conflict. For a content pushing guild, this is by far the least dramatic guild I've ever been in terms of people that have personality conflicts can talk it out, and I want to continue that on. And that's all based on you guys communicating to your team leads and having a positive atmosphere and looking for ways to resolve conflict in a way that, you know, moves things together in a positive direction. All right, so the last thing, I'm going to be gone. So we have 3 King's Court members: Balto, Zal, and Bell. Zal and Balto are each leading a team. So if you have concerns, I'd like, if it's a team-specific concern, bring it to your team manager. Your team manager can you know, modify the forum area, they can mute people, that kind of stuff. So your team manager, they can manage your team. If you have a guild question, or if you have a problem with a specific individual that maybe isn't on your team, then you would go to Bell. If Balto or Zal around, they can help some, but I mean, I want them to be focused on their team. They got enough going on, right? So Bell is kind of your go-to person while I'm gone.
Bell meaning Bellissima.
Bellissima, the one talking. You can share a few thoughts there if you want, Bell. But yeah, I'm going to be gone, guys. If you PM me, I'm not going to be getting it. I'm leaving, by the way. Thursday night is my last night. I'll be on until Thursday, but Friday, anything you send me Friday, I won't get for 2 weeks. So, you know, be adults, go to people you have any sort of conflict with, work it out. If you can't, talk to your team leader, talk to Bell, and work through stuff. And, you know, I'll be back. I don't plan to disappear or anything, but, you know, I'm confident in your ability to get stuff done. But like I said, there are people there that you can talk to. And, you know, in the meantime, recruit, do awesome, you know, forward your goals as a team and as an individual. And, like I said, I'm excited to see the progress and the new stuff that's going on when I get back. With that said, I will, if someone wants to ask a question, and again, if it's a team-specific question, make sure you're asking your team lead. If there's anything in terms of overall guild, you think that you've got a question that other people might have, or something that I haven't covered, you know, feel free to ask it, but I don't want to make this last super long. We got teams that are starting up at 8:30, and we need to get those things going on. All right. Normally someone has something to say. But yeah, guys, go out, recruit, make stuff happen. Belle, do you want to say anything, or any other team lead that's in here?
I'll just say, hey, you know, I think most people now know that I'm here, that I have kind of this title, Director of Player Relations. Um, I I am a real life leadership development coach. I'm not going to solve all your problems. I'm going to try to help you solve your problems if you bring them to me. So, um, you know, I'm available, and my first priority is actually guild business rather than raiding, except on the weekend I'm really trying to become a better raider. But right now I can tell you I'm a better coach than I am a raider. So trust me on that and give me a chance to prove myself in both capacities.
I don't know. I've been here for a few months. Raiding with the S team. In general, I really like the guild. It's probably the most organized guild I've been in a while. I've been up like US 58th last year. Not last year. 216. That was fun. I was raiding with Summit over on Bleeding Hollow, but they had a lot of drama in that guild, and really I don't find too much drama here, which is awesome.
Good to hear. Share with any other your friends that you think would potentially like to raid. And just so you know, guys,
I have a project.
there's stuff I thought about announcing in terms of some areas I'm going to try to take this guild and growth and all that, but I'll announce it at some different time because it'll probably launch into a bunch of questions that I don't want to try to answer right now. But there are some really cool things that are in the works in terms of you know promoting the team and getting even more notoriety for the team and pushing content harder and faster and just growing the community into a proficient rating machine or whatever you want to call it. But unless someone has questions that they feel like the entire community might need to know the answer for, let's like I said, focus on teamwork, focus on supporting each other, supporting other teams, and developing yourself as a raider, and let's get into raiding.
Zate, I got a quick question. You're talking about promotion and development and community. BlizzCon's coming up. Has there been any thought put into guild T-shirts for that event? How many people are going from the guild?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I would love to go, and at some point when I'm not trying to teach different classes that I've never taught. I'm teaching 3 classes I've never taught this fall. So I'm like 4 classes I've never taught. I'm like busy. And at some point though, my life will calm down and I'll have some financial stability, and I plan to rent like a block of hotel rooms and like go have a big BlizzCon party. It's not going to be this year though. If you guys want to go on your own, I actually know that we have probably half a dozen people that are within probably an hour or 2 drive, or at least we used to because we talked about it before, but of the area. So I mean, I'd say start a thing on the forums, but when I talk about long-term things and some of the fun things and promotion stuff, like I do plan at some point, having a big party and BlizzCon and all that, and I'm talking long-term gaming too. Like if we ever port to another game or something, I mean, this is long-term. We're gonna have fun and get all together and do that kind of stuff. But in terms of the one coming up in a few months here, financially and just in real life, what I've got going on, I'm not going to be able to make it. But if someone wants to like start a forum post and organize something, that would be fantastic. I would love to see some pictures to with faces to put some of the names in the guild too.
This is Tenjin Harris. I want to make a quick announcement about Mumble. I made a post on the forums about Mumble rules that are changing. Please make sure you go read that, and if your name does no longer comply with the new rule set we're using going forward, please make sure to message me. It's easier if you send me in-game mail, because I'm bad with PMs and I miss them a lot of times, but if you send me in-game mail, I see it. So make sure you're checking that, and if your name does not comply, send it to me. Send me a message and I will change your name.
And while I am
Okay,
gone,
work.
Tenjin will be the I mean, he's the Mumble admin. I have stuff I can do to Mumble too, but if you have any questions about Mumble, Tenjin, by the way, is the V team lead. So if you want to raid 2 days a week on a good team, talk to him. But he does the Mumble stuff for us. So if you can't get on, or you need to change a name, and you're stuck or whatever, or you don't have the right access, make sure you're talking to him.
Zate,
Mm-hmm.
are you really going to disconnect from WoW for 2 weeks?
Completely.
I plan to not be there. I mean, there's a
Okay, good.
good handful of people that know my cell number, so people can harass me if they need to.
Okay. Well, good for you. I think it'll be good for you.
Too bad there's no an app for Garrison or Chick-fil-A. Kind of the only thing you really.
Yeah, well, I hope to recharge and mentally recharge anyway, because as you can imagine, some of this is a little mentally draining. But you guys will have good leaders to talk to, and I'm sure you guys are adults and can work through stuff anyway. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I will be around later to talk. I mean, I'm still gonna be here for 2 days, right? So this is the last like big meeting I'm having for everybody, and we usually do this once a quarter anyway, and we haven't yet. So this is it. But again, if you have any questions, talk to leaders. Like I said, we really want that communication level to increase in terms of where you want to be. And I'm talking this to you, right? Like I said, no, 3 years in the future, I'm not expecting you to know that, but like, just I want to increase the communication, clear the air, have a positive vibe, set that kind of thing up. The apps that are coming in, make sure we find a home for them. Make sure we include them. Don't make them feel excluded. And I know like we all got some clicks and some funny jokes that we tell and all that, but as new people are coming in, make sure they're included. Make sure they feel at home, and welcome them to the community the best way we can. But with that, we've got 2 different normal runs going tonight. Let's get into it. I want to see you guys smash through things. I'm gonna go. Hopefully my daughter's still fine. She hasn't been yelling yet. So, but I need to go make sure my 2 daughters are doing okay. But I will be back on in an hour or so, and plan to have some meetings with various people. So yeah, feel free to catch me over the next 2 days. Otherwise, I will see you when I get back. Thanks, guys.
We'll miss you on the Friday night runs, man.
Have fun.
Oh yeah,
I know, right?
Someone
Well,
will
Move to champion.
have to be the new punching bag, I guess. I don't know.
well, we'll all drink box wine in your honor.
Just have a Zate roast without me being there. People have already been talking about that, which so you can
just do that in person when you're here.
yeah, I guess so.
It's not as fun unless you're there.
Well, if Hanti sent you text messages.
Yes, I can do that.
All right, guys, I'm off to see what my 8-month
The
is
Lysim is
screaming
stopped
about.
recording.
I'll
Bye,
see you
Zay.
later.
Bye, Zay.
See you.
But
Kitty moved to Van